sad old retiree. Maybe I'll have Janet make me a hardware store.
Hey guys, so I'm watching the last episode of The Good Place. So far it looks like there's not going to be another season. I haven't gotten online to find out for sure, but if you guys ever watch it, I'm not going to tell you what's going on because the first season really gets you. But anyway, so I'm sitting here working on my bag. I have a bag full of bags to work on. And I have a pot full of let's do it. I have a pot full of potatoes. Trust me. Hang on. I'll pick you up. I have a pot full of potatoes to cut. The house smells good. Ramsey's bed is clean. The laundry is clean. The only thing that stinks in this house is the couch where he's been laying. I've got to spray it down tonight or something. I don't know. So we're having my sister's belated birthday lunch tomorrow. I'm going to have to take my watch off because if I don't, I'm going to end up getting it wet. And part of the screen already won't let me do anything to it if I touch it. So I don't know if I'm going to have to do it this way. That way you can see me cut potatoes. I already peeled them. Got them in a pot of water. Okay, and for some reason it doesn't want to go, my knife doesn't want to slice through that end of the potato. Okay, so I am making a vegan potato salad. Now when I say vegan, it means it's not going to have any regular mayonnaise in it, and it's not going to have any boiled eggs in it, which is what most potato salads have. Now, I may have gone through this with you guys a couple weeks ago when I made the potato salad. My sister makes these deviled eggs that instead of putting pickle relish, she puts chopped up green olives. My mom did that every now and then. But I was originally taught to make my deviled eggs with relish, mayonnaise, sweet relish, mayonnaise, and sweet relish, mayonnaise, and paprika. You sprinkle the paprika on top. Well, the couple times that my mom made it with green olives chopped up, my sister just loved it, so she's liked it ever since. So I am making a green olive potato salad. So I have the green olives in the kitchen ready to chop up. I chop them with my big knife. I'm going to put Himalayan black salt in it, which makes anything you put in it taste like eggs. So it's going to have an egg flavor. And I bought a bigger jar at the village market that you guys saw the other day of Vegenaise. I have not chopped potatoes in the living room in years. I always do it either on the counter, on my cutting board, or over the sink. When I was younger, my mom used to sit with a pot in her lap, and she would already have the potatoes peeled with a pot with a little bit of water in it, and she would sit on the couch and she would cut her potatoes. So I thought, since I didn't get to call you guys, see? I'm already tired. It is already 10 o'clock on a Friday night. Since I didn't get to record with you guys earlier, I thought, well, what the heck? I might as well talk to you while I am doing the potatoes. I was just going to finish watching The Good Place. I think about 12 minutes left. Kind of don't want it to be over, but it is what it is. It's one of those shows where I could probably watch it over again, even though I know what happened. It's like Dexter. Let's see, I've watched Dexter at least 4 times that I know of. I would like to own Dexter. Because, you know, eventually they take those shows off of Netflix. But I saw where they're going to do a 10-episode season of Dexter revised. I guess it's his life after the fact. I don't like the way it ended anyway. It was really weird. but it's like The Sopranos. I don't like the way The Soprano ended. That was really weird too. It really sucked. I thought it was bad. Now, the way that they ended Breaking Bad, I thought that was very well done. I really enjoyed that. They did a good job with that. So, I'm cutting my potatoes. I went to, where did I go after I left here? I went to, after I got off work, I went to UGO to see what they had in the way of deals. And they had their, I can't remember what the brand is. I'll have to look in the freezer. But they were 3 for $1, 3 bags for $1 in the freezer section. And what they are like a tempura type vegetables there. It's broccoli, baby carrots, and I want to say cauliflower. And I found that they heat up really well and they get really good and crispy in the air fryer. So I really like those. But a little bag, like Maddie gets a little bag and I get a little bag. And that's half our meal. It's really good. But I got them mostly for Maddie because I told y'all I'm wanting to get away from more of the processed stuff. And that doesn't have preservatives and stuff in it, but it is not vegan. It is vegetarian because they do use eggs and milk in their batter. You can make a tempura batter with just flour and water, or a cornstarch slurry and flour and water, or you could do it with tapioca flour or chickpea flour if you wanted to get away from being, you could be gluten-free. But I mean, and how you can make your own tapioca flour is you get tapioca pearls and you put them in a high-speed blender, a very powerful blender, or you put them, same thing with garbanzo beans. You take a bag of dried garbanzo beans and you emacerate them in a blender or a food processor, and you can make your own flour. Now, of course, to make it rise or all that, you do your own not cornstarch, baking soda and baking powder. But I'm gonna end up slicing my hand with these potatoes are so tough. I think they must have been old. Oh my God! But I don't want to overcook too many because number one, my fridge is full. Number two, I don't know how hungry everybody's going to be. I think she'll really like it. I think she'll be surprised when I make it. Okay, so I was going to tell you guys, I got the sweetest email from Olive. Thank you. It about brought tears to my eyes. It was just so sweet. I told you guys you could reach out to me if you wanted to. I'm not going to give you all the details of it because I think that was very personal for her to take the time to send that to me. So thank you very much, Olive. I haven't responded back to you because honestly, it left me speechless and I don't know what to say. I'm just very blessed to have you as part of my community. So she just told me how she felt, and it just made me feel so grateful that I can reach Christy and Crystal and Mary and Beth and Tony and Margie and all the people that watch me, that take the time to watch me. Some of you can't comment. Olive's one of those, which is why she sent me an email. That's why I gave you guys my email. So if you ever wanted to talk, and she had said that, I will tell you this, she said she wanted to see me do more whole food plant-based stuff conversions. And I do want to do that. So I think what I might do is, if I can get my camera going, you guys will already see me peeling the potatoes. All I did, they're just russet potatoes. I don't measure anything. So I will try to guesstimate what my measurements are. I cook by taste. I've always cooked by taste. I will follow a recipe, but 9 times out of 10, Actually, every time I do a recipe, unless it's baking, because baking is a science, it's something totally different. When it comes to cooking on the stove or baking a casserole or something like that, the good thing about cooking vegan or whole food plant-based is you can taste as you go. If you cook meat, you cannot taste your chicken or your pork as you go. You can only taste it after it's done. Same thing with any kind of batter. You shouldn't be eating raw cookie dough. There's raw eggs in it. That's salmonella. You got to be careful. Of course, you can do anything with milk or cheeses. But when it comes to the raw actual meats, because eggs are meat, they are just a unfertilized version of meat. It's the truth. It's a chicken embryo. It is, was one of the guys that I watched, I don't agree with what he calls it, but he calls it a chicken, period. It's an unfertilized egg, just like we have. Anyway, didn't mean to gross y'all out. I'm just saying. That way you can try your hand at this. See if you like it, Olive. You can give it a try with olives. If you don't like the acidity of a green olive, which is what I use, then you could try it with black olives. But anyway, it's really good this way. It's not your typical potato salad. It's a potato salad with green olives. Now I do use vegan mayonnaise. Now let me tell you something too. So last time I bought like a Hellmann's or a Blue Ribbon or what's the other one that I really like? I can see the picture of the mayonnaise jar. It's yellow and black. What's the name of that mayonnaise? Anyway, Hellmann's. No, I already said Hellmann's. I can't think of the name of the other kind. Blue Ribbon, Hellmann's, and I can't think of the other kind. But anyway, even the JFG mayonnaise. I can make a vegan version for the same price that you pay for a jar of regular mayonnaise. It's healthier for you. It still has oil. It still has a lot of oil in it. And that's what mayonnaise, real mayonnaise is. It's oil, egg whites, lemon juice, and then whatever preservatives they put in it to make it the shelf life last longer. Now, with making it at home, my hands are wet. With making it at home, you control how much or how little you want. You have to have a high-speed blender or an emulsifier, which is what I'm going to use with mine when I finally show you guys how to make it. The only thing that you have to replace is the egg whites. You can do it with oils and lemon juice and just different flavorings like a tapioca. Some people make it out of tofu. Some people make it with chickpeas. You can do chickpeas or garbanzo beans. They're the same thing. You can do it just like filberts and hazelnuts are the same thing. You can do a lot. I mean, a lot with that. I'm trying to move my heavy pot with the heavy tray. So let me pause you for a second while I get situated. Okay, so I wanted to move the tray out of the way a little bit. I've got two of these little wooden trays in here so that I can, I don't know if this is going to work. I may have to carry you with the pot. Oh, yep. I'll carry you on the pot. Watch out. So I'm hobbling into the kitchen with the pot. Alright, so I've got, I got cat fuzzies on my hand. Look! We don't want that in the food. That was from where I got up from the couch because Midnight was sitting next to me. Oh my gosh. Really? So I have my pitted, that one's not pitted. Oh, it made it in my mouth. My pitted green olive. Chop up. My potatoes. Sorry. My potatoes are ready to boil. If you like green olives, this reminds me of my childhood. We used to get them all the time when I was a kid. I didn't think they still made them. I forgot all about them, and when I got them and I tasted one, it reminded me. You can get them in a can. The pit's still in them. And this is an 18-ounce can. I can't use this for the salad because that would definitely be a labor of love because I would have to cut it off of the pit. That's a lot of work. Unless you have a pitter. An olive pit maker. Anyway, so I'm making the tea. Well, I'm going to steam broccoli. I got my asparagus that I'm going to peel. And if you guys didn't know this, I let these go a little too long, so I'm going to chop the tops of them off. But a lot of people, when they get asparagus, they'll cut it like up at the top where it's tender. Guys, this does taste woodsy. If you leave it the way it is, it's not good to eat. It's terrible. You chew it forever. But just like a broccoli stem, you peel it with a potato peeler. And it's soft as can be. It's so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and I'm going to peel that. It's 2 pounds, 2 or 3 pounds of, that's a labor of love because those stalks are small. I'm going to peel off the stalks and get off the woodsy part of it from the asparagus, and I'm going to saute them in vegan butter and garlic salt. And instead of hitting, dropped you. Instead of hitting the pause button to turn you back on, I hit the stop button. That's weird. To wash my hands. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and put the potatoes on. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I'm going to go ahead and put the potatoes on. What? Come on. He looks so guilty. I asked him if he TT'd on the floor, and he said, he said, did you hear what I said? He looked at me. He looked at me. He didn't say. He looked at me like, no, maybe. You want your mama to come in? Okay, so Copper's never been outside. But he cries for his mama when his mama runs outside. Come on. Little Kitty wants in, Ramsey wants out, Midnight wants out, but I don't want him out because it's getting chilly. Alright. So I'm going to let Ramsey go to the bathroom. He had to go pretty bad. So I pulled my car up pretty far. I'm ready for Halloween, guys. Look. Pulled up pretty far so that my sisters could park here tomorrow. That's the only family I have here. I have 2 sisters. That's it. My niece moved to Shokam. I got nobody else. I had Jeff's family briefly. I'll have Brian's family for life, but we don't spend any time together. I used to spend time with Frankie all the time. I would see her 2-3 times a week, and then I'd see her for about once a week, and then she got really ill, and I was not able to be there for her. She was going to come live with me, but she needed around the clock care, and hey, no, you can go poopies, go. I wasn't able to provide that for her, and I hate that, but when you're a single parent, you have to work full time, and sometimes you have to work 2 jobs. Just to make sure that your child has everything they need. I did that. I tried that for a while. I did karaoke again on Saturday nights for about 6 months. Was it 6 months? Let's see. June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. I'm sorry, I did it for 9 months. And when I quit, when I turned in my notice, it was like a relief, you know. It was because I got my weekends back, I got my Saturday nights with my daughter back. I felt relief. I'm not crying. I'm just sniffling because I still have it's cold, and I got sniffles from when I had a cold. It went through me pretty quick. I'm almost practically brand new. I still get a tickle every now and then and have to cough my head off, but eventually it passes. I don't know if he's looking for a spot to poo or if he's just, I don't know what he's doing. It's going to be a little older. Are you done? Are you done? It's going to be a little older this year if we get any snow this year. We got really cold weather, but we never got any major snows. And Kaylin, my niece, has already gotten snow in Spokane. And no, you're not going out. Nobody's going out. It is too chilly. You will be staying in. I think it's supposed to get down to like 30. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and I got my lid ready. I'm making some iced tea. Some southern iced tea. I guess I could put you down instead of spinning you around and making you get dizzy. There we go. Got you on my little octopus. Put my potatoes on the stove. On my octopus tripod. Alright. This burner only works on high, so I have to be careful with it. I have switched back. I used to only use sea salt. I use sea salt for tasting. I use my black salt. This is my Himalayan black salt that I told you guys about. It makes everything smell and taste like it's from Pakistan. Smell and taste like sulfur. Now, this is the grinding version of the Himalayan black salt. I have a spice grinder, and I ground it into a fine powder. If you smell it, it smells like a boiled egg. This is my secret seasoning that I put on my popcorn. So what I was going to say about salt is I switched back to getting the iodized salt, because when you're a vegan, how you get your iodine, if you're not a vegan, you get it through your iodized salt, or you get it through seafood. Now, I do not eat seafood, nor did I eat seafood before. So, this is my Himalayan pink salt that I use. I keep it in a shaker. And then I also do kosher salt and sea salt. Those are all the salt. This is a sea salt too. It's infused, naturally infused with 84 minerals. Now, I've heard people say, I'm a saltaholic, but I've heard people say that when you use the pink Himalayan salt, you don't need to use as much salt. I do. Because I like my salt. Brandy, if you're watching, she knows. I like my salt. Anyway, so you can get your iodine two ways. And you do want iodine in your diet at least 2 or 3 times a week as a vegan or a vegetarian. I've got to put y'all somewhere else. Let's see if I can put you up here. I think I had you on the top of the fridge once before. And then I had it tilting down. Maybe. Please don't look at my mess. Oh my word. Maybe. No, it was. It's top heavy. It's not going to want to. No. No, that's not going to work. Alright, well, I was hoping I could put you on there. Ooh, maybe I could put you on my tea pot. I mean, on my tea, oh, there we go, that works. On my tea. So anyway, so you want iodine. 2 ways to get it. Fortified in food and salt, or sea creatures. Now, when you're a vegan, you give up all animals, sea creatures, anything that lives other than the plant. Anything that has any kind of face. We'll just say that. That has flesh. No, that's not good either because apples have flesh. Anyway, my point is, grows from the ground. You can get kelp granules. I cut this off of my little baggie that I got, kelp granules, and I put it in this little jar that I got that used to have beef bouillon cubes in it. So what you can do is you can put a little bit of this in like a chickpea salad. You chop up your chickpeas, or you smash your chickpeas, and you make it like you would normally a tuna salad. And you put a little bit in this, and I'm not kidding. It tastes like a tuna salad, but with all the health benefits, without the compromise of the tuna. Now, I'm not one for, I don't believe in cruelty to animals, but I'm not doing this because I'm an activist. I am far from any kind of activist because I do have leather things, but I'm not going to give up my leather things either. But I'm doing it for health benefits, and if this is how I have to get my iodine, I will get it through my kelp. It will make my food taste like seafood. That's fine. And the reason why I was mentioning that was so that I can, because I'm going to put this in my potatoes. You want your water, when you're boiling potatoes or pasta, you want your water to taste like seawater, but not go overboard. I need a spoon so that I can incorporate my salt. And then what I'll do is, once the salt melts, because you know salt and sugar dissolve better in hot or warm water. Oh yeah, that'll be good. And if you put the salt into your pasta or your potatoes first, especially your potatoes, before the boiling process starts, it makes them taste better. And I think I've told you guys this before, but when you eat a potato when it's fresh out of the oven, whether it's a baked potato or a baked sweet potato, or any kind of potato fresh from the oven or fresh off the stove, first cooked, you have one set of properties that it gives you. Once it cools down to room temperature and you heat it up again, it has a totally different value of new properties, which is really cool. If you go to nutrition.org, or is it nutritional? I think it's nutrition.org. Maybe it's nutritionalinformation.org. Not sure. I have to look and tell you guys, but I think it's nutrition.org. I'll try to put it in the description box below. But Dr. Greger has a new set of books that just came out. It's How Not to Diet, the cookbook and the actual book. Everything that he does, he's the one that I told you about that once he discovered the science behind the healing of food. His grandmother, who was dying of heart disease, lived 20 more years. The doctor only gave her like 6 months to live. And when he did the investigation, said he didn't want to let her go. He said, "Grandma, we're going to try something different. Let's try this. What have you got to lose? You've only got 6 months anyway, so let's try to make it better and see what happens." Because of all the scientific studies done, she lived another 20 years. So he dedicates everything to nutritionalfacts.org. That's what it is. It's nutritionalfacts.org. I'll still leave the link below. It's free. It's ad-free. He puts recipes on there. He gives little short clip advice on there. He gives you all the scientific backup to everything that he says. But anyway, I was getting to a point. Oh, one of the studies that he did, and that's how I found out about the potatoes, was the nutritional value of potatoes and everything that's potentially in potatoes. I think I'm going to add a little bit of this sea kelp to my bowl of potatoes. It doesn't take much, maybe a half a teaspoon, for it to infuse into your food. And I have found that when I use like a half a teaspoon in my foods, it doesn't change the flavor. Now, if you're using the granules straight into like a chickpea salad, because when you make a chickpea salad, it's only, you know, it's only about this much. So, of course, you're going to taste the sea. But that's what you want. You want that fishy taste if you're making a tuna salad, right? So that's the whole point of that. But anyway, that's my little cart. I ever showed you guys my little cart? That's my spice cart. Right there. Top rack is odd stuff, like my packages of stuff. The second rack is, I don't know if I've ever showed you guys my kitchen or not. I think I have. Second rack is all my different spices, and I put little pieces of masking tape on the top so that I can identify what they are, so I can just grab it without having to pull each one out and look at it. And then down below I've got my extra spices and bulky stuff. And then of course over here's my cookbook that I told you guys I was going to eventually work out of. And I am going to do that because I have a fan who actually is interested in watching me change over my vegan foods. I'm going to try to balance this again because I was wonky a while ago. I made it up. There we go. We're good. Okay. So the potatoes are going. It is 14 minutes in, or am I running out of time? I don't know what's going on. I'm so thirsty. I need to peel my... What? I need to peel my asparagus. Ramsey's already got potty. It's 10:30. I gotta go take my medicine. And I think I'm going to leave this with you guys for the night. Look at this peach. Isn't it huge? Oh, and it smells so good. Oh, wish y'all could smell that. Can you smell it? Mmm. Everybody get scared? Yeah? That was the dryer. I'm not used to that. Anyway, so I've got a Granny Smith, I've got a peach, I've got some tomatoes, some bananas, some grape tomatoes, because I got my Roman tomatoes and I got my grape tomatoes. And then I've got, what else have I got up here? Oh, I've got some little oranges for Maddie. She likes those, the little cuties, the mandarin oranges. Or clementines. Mandarin and clementines they're close to each other in size. I think mandarins are a little bit bigger than the clementines. Although if you buy a can of mandarin oranges, you know the segments are like really, really tiny. So I'm going to get myself a little bit more tea. I'm going to leave you guys for the night. And I hope you guys have a great weekend because it's Friday. And I won't see you till Monday. But, yeah, so I think I might make a vegan chocolate cake. Because you know, to make a chocolate cake, you can put all the regular ingredients that you would put in a cake. Except instead of the eggs and the butter and the milk, you substitute. That's all you do. Play around. Substitute. It's so easy. Ooh, Olive, here's a good tip too. Oh, that's not it. If you like chicken flavor and you're trying to get away from it, this is wonderful to work with. It's better than bouillon. This one is called Seasoned Vegetable Base. They also make one better than bouillon that's called Not Chicken, which means it has all the flavors of a chicken broth without the chicken. What that means is that it tastes like chicken because it is flavored. Just like I've told you guys in the past, whatever you flavor your meat with, you can replicate that in any other food, as long as you use the same spices. Corned beef, just use the same spices. Anyway, I am going to put that down, go back into the bathroom with you guys, and then I'm going to say goodnight because I'm really going to leave now. Because I've got to splice this together, and I have to have enough room to splice both of these together. That is not the washcloth I'm looking for. Where is my washcloth? Anyway, I'm gonna go. I will see you guys, yeah, Monday. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Thank you for watching, subscribing, and please give it a thumbs up and share or comment. I appreciate it. Any input is amazing. You can email me at young40mom.com. It'll be in the description box below as well. Just click on it and it should open up your Gmail or email or whatever, and you should be able to email me. Anyway, that was so great. I was so tickled when I opened that email. I was like, oh, it's so sweet. I told Maddie, I said, Maddie, I got the sweetest email. It was so great. It's so inspiring. It makes me feel proud, and I know that I've touched some of you, and I know that some of you were learning from me, and we share on Facebook, and my stepmom watches. I'm so excited about that. I think my Aunt Mary watches every now and then, and my Uncle Lee, and I don't know about my cousins if any of them watch it. I've got a lot of cousins on my mom's side and a lot of cousins on my, well, I have a lot of cousins now on my dad's side. But I don't think I've ever talked to Aunt Winnie's girls except when I was a kid. But you got to remember, that was over 40 years ago. 45 years ago, maybe? I don't know. Wow. I remember meeting them once when I was younger. I was 5 or 6, maybe. But anyway. And then I have only met one of my Uncle Rick's kids. You got Orleah, Langley, and Waverly. I've only met Langley. She was a toddler, and I think she was still in diapers. She was walking, and I think she had just learned to maybe talk. And Aunt Benita was pregnant with Orleah. Yes. She was pregnant with Orleah. I met Langley, and Waverly wasn't even thought of yet. Waverly's the little boy. But anyway, I've never met any of them except for, like I said, Langley when she was a baby. I would like to one day meet them. I haven't seen my Uncle Rick or my Aunt Benita since my dad's funeral back in December of 2001. So it's been almost 20 years. Sad, because they're a lot closer to me now. When Brian and I were still married, we had talked about, they invited us up to come visit sometime when they were in Virginia. Then they moved across seas to Kuwait, I believe, or Iraq. I think it was Kuwait. And then now they moved back, they're over here in Florida, which is probably closer to me now than they were in Virginia. And I still don't know where they live. But anyway, I have family in South Carolina that I haven't seen in many years. I've messaged and sent letters and stuff, and we just lost touch on my mom's side of the family. So I was never really close to any of my cousins anyway. Tammy was the one that was pretty much close to some of them, but I don't know. That's kind of a heartfelt subject for me. Yeah. But anyway, all right. So I'm gonna go. Thank you guys again, and I will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Peace.